The Guardian Test. Dr. Lisa Zhang knelt beside the makeshift nursery in the research station on Kepler 442b, watching as tiny alien cubs, no larger than house cats, tumbled over each other in playful combat. Their iridescent fur shimmered like liquid mercury under the artificial lighting, and their large amber eyes tracked her every movement with unsettling intelligence. "They're growing faster than we anticipated," Marcus Chen observed from his workstation, glancing over at the enclosure. "The eldest one, Zara, has already learned to operate the food dispenser." Lisa smiled, reaching through the protective barrier to stroke one of the cubs. The creature, which the Vorthak had called Kip, immediately began purring, a sound like wind chimes in a gentle breeze. The Vorthak elders said this was a test, but they never specified what kind of test. 6 months ago, the ancient alien race known as the Vorthak had arrived at the human colony on Kepler 442b without warning. Their massive bioships had descended from the rust-colored sky like living mountains, causing panic among the settlers. But instead of conquest or destruction, the Vorthak elders had presented humanity with an unprecedented request. "Your species intrigues us," the elder matriarch had said through her translation device, her towering crystalline form refracting the binary sunset into prismatic patterns. "We have observed your behavior across the galaxy. You show unusual compassion toward creatures not of your own kind." The test had been simple in its presentation, but complex in its implications. The Vorthak had left 12 of their cubs, the last offspring of a dying generation, in human care. The cubs were not ordinary creatures. They were the future leaders of the Vorthak civilization, genetically engineered to possess incredible psychic abilities and lifespans measured in millennia. "If you can raise them to maturity," the elder had explained, "if you can teach them wisdom without corrupting their essence, then we will know humanity is worthy of the greater responsibility we wish to offer." Marcus saved his data and moved closer to the enclosure. "What do you think they meant by greater responsibility?" Before Lisa could answer, alarms began blaring throughout the station. The emergency lighting cast everything in harsh red tones as they rushed to the main communications array. The holographic display showed incoming ships, not Vorthak biovessels, but the angular, weapon-bristling cruisers of the hegemony. "Damn," Lisa whispered. The hegemony was humanity's greatest threat in this sector, a militaristic alliance of several species that viewed human expansion as a disease to be contained. "Incoming transmission," Marcus announced, his fingers flying over the controls. The face that appeared on screen was that of Supreme Admiral Crix, a reptilian humanoid with cold, calculating eyes. "Human colony, you are harboring assets of strategic importance to the hegemony. Surrender the Vorthak spawn immediately or face annihilation." Lisa felt a chill run down her spine. Somehow, the hegemony had learned about the cubs. She looked back at the nursery where the young Vorthak were now, huddled together, their psychic abilities making them acutely aware of the danger. "We have children here," Lisa replied, stepping in front of the communication array. "Innocent lives under our protection." Admiral Crix's laugh was like grinding metal. "Innocent? Those creatures will grow to command the most powerful psychic abilities in known space. The hegemony cannot allow such weapons to exist outside our control." "Weapons?" Marcus interjected angrily. "They're children playing with toys and learning to read." The Admiral's expression darkened. "You have 10 minutes to comply. After that, we begin bombardment." The transmission ended, leaving the two humans in tense silence. Lisa looked at Marcus, seeing her own determination reflected in his eyes. They both knew what they had to do. Over the next 9 minutes, they worked frantically to implement their contingency plan. The cubs were moved to the station's most protected chamber, a reinforced bunker originally designed to house the colony's most valuable research data. Lisa remained with them while Marcus coordinated the colony's minimal defenses. As the first hegemony energy blast struck the station's shield, something unexpected happened. The cubs, sensing the threat to their human guardians, began to glow with an inner light. Their psychic abilities, still developing but incredibly potent, reached out across space. Suddenly, the sky above Kepler 442b filled with bioships as the Vorthak fleet materialized from hyperspace. But these weren't the careful diplomatic vessels from before. These were warships, their living hulls pulsing with barely contained energy. The battle was swift and decisive. The hegemony cruisers, for all their advanced technology, were no match for the psychic warfare capabilities of the Vorthak. Within minutes, the surviving enemy ships were retreating at maximum velocity. Elder, matriarch, materialized in the station through matter displacement, her crystalline form now radiating approval. "The test is complete," she announced. "You risked everything to protect our young, not because of their potential power, but because you saw them as children deserving of safety." Lisa stood, still cradling young Kip, who had refused to leave her arms during the attack. "We couldn't do anything else." "That," the elder said, "is precisely why we have chosen humanity as the guardians of the new alliance. The galaxy is changing, Dr. Zhang. Old empires are falling, and new threats emerge from the void between stars. We have watched many species, but only humanity has shown the courage to protect the innocent without thought of personal gain." Marcus looked up from his damaged console. "What does that mean, exactly?" The elder's form brightened. "It means, Dr. Chen, that humanity will be offered membership in the Ancient Compact, the alliance of elder species that has maintained galactic stability for eons. Your people will become the guardians, not just of Vorthak young, but of all species too small or weak to defend themselves." As Kip purred in her arms and the other cubs began playing again, oblivious to the cosmic significance of what had just transpired, Lisa realized that humanity had just passed the most important test in its history. They had proven that power meant nothing without the wisdom and compassion to use it properly. The stars themselves would never look the same again.